Hey, Real Nerds. There's many ways to enjoy the Real Nerds podcast. You can listen to us on Stitcher, iTunes, and now Spotify and iHeartRadio. You can see what we're up to around town by following us at Real Nerds on Instagram. And if you want to send us your thoughts, you can email us at realnerds@gmail.com or call us at 720-6nerds5. Like us on Facebook at Real Nerds Podcast or tweet us at Real Nerds. And now on with the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Ming Chen from AMC's Comic Book Men. Listen, I have my own podcast. I have my own podcast studio. I don't really care about those. What I really care about is the Real Nerds podcast, the best podcast in the universe, in the multiverse, on all Earths, 616 and beyond. Listen to it. Subscribe right now, and listen to this episode. Listen to all the episodes, but especially listen to the one that I'm on. It might be the best. Thank you, guys.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
Don't talk through film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and for over 10 years, my friends and I have seen a new movie, and we've podcast our experience to the world. This week is Scream 5. I just think it's really weird, Brad, to call the movie Scream when there's already a movie Scream, and it's in the same universe. I don't know how you feel about that.
It is weird, but like that's the trend now. Like, you know, the new Halloween was just called Halloween, so...
Yeah, but it's like, that was more of like a reboot.
I think it's the second
I
time they
get
did that.
Yeah, no, yeah. The Halloween franchise is fucking weird with stuff like that. But yeah, so we do have a new format now, if you've been listening to us for a long time. We're going to talk about Scream first, and then we'll delve into the biggest news story of the week and Hollywood's big comeback, which we're going to highlight movies doing well at the box office. And then at the end of the episode, whoever is going to contribute to their own segment will have a segment for you to listen to. Brad, how was your week this week?
Not bad. Kind of busy. Did a bunch of paid projects, so doing pretty good there. And just trying to keep us current on all of our Real Nerd stuff. Got the website fixed up so you can read articles from the front page again. You know, it's just not just a bunch of category headers. You can actually see the current articles under those headings and not have to go to the main drop down and search around people's names and stuff. So I think it's a year it was like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I knew it was a pain in the ass, and just got to work through some kinks. We don't have a team of people doing stuff. We have you. So
yep, it's all up to me. No pressure.
Yep, no pressure, but make us look good.
Yeah. The next step is to migrate everything into a single hosting site. So that'll take a while to get it right, since we have to change the source paths for all the audio files for 521 files.
And of course, when you say you have to do that. So
I have to do that one by one, just like I did all the graphic headers for each of the episodes on the site. Took like 3 years. So
yeah, but it looks great. I'm sure people have noticed we kind of flipped the colors as we do move into a new era. Red is now prominent, which it looks really good. It really sticks out now when I scroll through stuff.
It makes me think of the AMC logo a little bit because they have a red and white scheme going on. But,
I guess so, yeah.
But hey, they don't own the rights to red and white.
Yeah, fuck them. They're stupid.
How was your week,
see
Brian?
movies at AMC. Good. I just work all the time. I don't have any cool stories. I did pay $10,000 to get my boiler replaced, and now I have a high efficiency boiler, and I'm really excited about all the money I spent on it. Because now I walk through my house and I go, that's $10,000 keeping this house warm.
Maybe you should get some
It
extra mileage out of it by killing a pedophile and having his ghost haunt it.
Oh, that's a good idea. Be like, time to serve. I don't know. But yeah, no, that's all I've been doing all week, and I'm working and nothing cool. I have been watching a lot of Blu-rays from 2021 to finish my article series that I try to get done by the end of January, but it always stretches into April of my favorite Blu-rays of the year. I wish I got paid just to watch Blu-rays and review them, and then I wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah, how do you get that job where they send you Blu-rays and you get to review them?
I don't know how you do that.
It's like I see on YouTube, people get like Sony cameras to like test out and make YouTube videos about. I'm like, I want a free Sony camera to try out and test out. That'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we just don't try hard enough.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm so lazy. We only did a podcast every week for 10 years.
I know. I guess we should be, try harder to get free shit. Maybe one day.
I will say that also this week, I've had trouble. Like I've been out to the movies so much that I'm running out of movies to see in the theater without like seeing repeats. Because it's January.
I know, that's what sucks. I've been saying this for a long time. Basically for about 7-8 months. Because, when the first wave of coronavirus happened, I wanted people to be safe. So I understand spacing like big movies out. But the box office is going to have a hard time recovering fully if you keep moving movies. And you have huge gaps in between when big movies are coming out. You have to give people a reason to keep on. You can't just have a big movie every 4 or 5 weeks. You just have to, eventually just going to have to start stacking them and not retread movies that are 8 years old, like whatever that Pierce Bronson movie is.
The Princess King or something?
Yeah. I was supposed to come out in like
daughter.
2014. I was reading. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was looking through, because I don't know what we're going to watch next week. So I was looking through, what's coming out. I'm like, this might be tricky.
Yeah, you probably have to end up seeing some really obscure stuff like I have to fill the time.
Yeah. I was thinking something. Do you have Netflix again?
Actually, I just canceled it again because I was done with Cobra Kai.
I don't know. I was thinking something like maybe like Tick Tick Boom or something, but I don't know.
Well, I guess technically because Film Explosion dropped this Monday, and so Scream would drop the next Monday. The next movie might just be Jackass Forever.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, we're still technically have to have a movie this week coming up. We're still behind.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We always do. So this week, Brad, we saw Scream. Do you recommend a return to Woodsboro?
I can't do it, man. There was parts where I was like, this is kind of fun. And then it's like something just so dumb would happen. And I know that's the vibe that people love about these movies. But as someone who just sees a movie every week, just watching characters do the dumbest things just to like get what you want of the plot is just so frustrating. And I couldn't take it.
Yeah, I'm actually in the opposite. I think it was purposely written that way because there's several moments in the film where they actually call it out for it being that way. And I liked it because it was gory. I guess I had one problem with it, but I'll talk about it when we spoil the film. So yeah, if you like the Scream movies, I think you'll have fun with this one. Here's the trailer for Scream 2022.
There's certain rules to surviving. Believe me, I know. They always come back. The killer is a part of something in the past. This one just feels different.
You're all in danger.
Mom? Where?
Sydney. I've seen this movie before.
Not
this movie.
You said we were gonna finish this. Go finish it, Sydney.
Scream.
I'll be right back.
He's dead.
Only in theaters. Special previews Thursday at 7 p.m. Get tickets now.
So it's been 25 years, and it's been relatively quiet in Woodsboro, but then all of a sudden, the killings start again. But not necessarily. In a twist of the opening of the first Scream, the girl at the beginning is not killed. She is, in fact, injured and taken to the hospital, and makes her sister come back. And her sister has a secret from the past, Brad, where her not very well done CGI dad, who is Billy Loomis, haunts her. And so they're trying to just throw you a curveball that she could be the ghost face killer in this. Which, you know, it didn't make sense if she was. So anyway, she goes back. Her friends are starting. Yeah, I know, me either. And her friends, she goes back with her friends and Nev Campbell, Sidney Prescott. And so now we have another killer mystery afoot. And yeah, I mean, the opening's really fun. I mean, this movie is super brutal. I mean, the stabbings are pretty hardcore in it.
Yep, plenty of stabbings.
But, you know, yeah. I don't know. Like I mean, I had fun when Dewey is there and he's saying that, spoilers, that it's going to be the boyfriend, and it is kind of fun that it is the boyfriend. But at the same time, it's a little underwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they had a chance to do something different. And I get that the structure of the film is kind of playing with you and saying, and the fans saying they want something new, but they really don't want something new. So we're not going to give them something new, although it seems like we might be giving them something new. Does my logic follow you there? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, like I totally got that this movie was built around that one conversation at the house where they're explaining like how modern horror movies are. But yeah, like in the end, it just ended up being another Scream premise. Like it would have been more interesting if there was 3 killers maybe, or 1 killer, or I don't know, just something different, you know?
Yeah, and I wasn't really shocked by the reveal. Like even though they tried to set it up, and I know that they were setting it up in a way that you were supposed to think it's the boyfriend.
Well, they also felt so random because like
I agree.
That tiny girl was one of them, and like most of the time Ghostface seems like a 6 foot tall dude. So I'm like,
well, that was my problem too, because so there's a part in it where Dewey is killed in the hospital.
Yeah,
and
it's
this
the girl and he can't fight her off.
Or she picks him up with like 2 knives and like disembowels him. I go, wait, what? And
how strong is this person?
Yeah, because the ghost faced in it when so one of the friends and the boyfriend is the killer, and she's small.
Yeah.
So when
he's the one running to the elevator, so it's obviously not him.
Exactly. So you're telling me this girl? I'm not saying that women can't do it, but the way that she's just a little person. You know, she's just short and skinny. And she's able to like stab Dewey and pick him up with 2 knives and like slice him in half. I mean, I guess there is some, you know, you're going to stretch credibility anyways in these films, but that was my biggest what the fuck moment when I went back after the reveal and stuff. You know, I said, wait a minute, how does this teenage girl who is really small able to disembowel a dude by picking him up with a knife in him?
Yeah, like a 40-plus-year-old, 200-pound dude. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not because she's a woman. It's just like, it doesn't make sense because in that scene, because I'm pretty sure Ghostface is pretty big.
Yeah. Like most of the
You
time,
know?
Ghostface is the same height. Like in like Jack Quaid or whatever, the boyfriend. You know,
Yeah.
if they're switching between the two, like, you know, she's not wearing stilts, so it just physically can't, like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I guess her and Jack Quaid's character were boyfriend girlfriend before, and they purposely brought that one girl back so they could kill her and set up their own Scream because Scream 8 sucks so bad. I mean, I get the humor in it, how toxic fandom can be. But I don't know. There's just some parts. I mean, I had a lot of fun with the movie, and I liked how gory it was. I mean, I think it was a super brutal. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun film, but there's just parts of it. Like, that was my biggest what the fuck moment.
Yeah, well,
You know,
mine
it
too
just
was
doesn't make
like
sense why that.
Dewey's a seasoned police veteran, and he knows, like, he's probably the one with the clearest head about how these Scream movies work. And he like
Yeah,
has to shoot her at point blank range. Like, he has a gun. He doesn't have to get anywhere near her.
true. I mean, he can. I mean, you'd hope that he could take care of the issue from, I don't know, 7, 8 yards away. I
Yep.
don't know. I mean, I know I can, but
It's just like so
it's
dumb.
just
Like we want to kill
yeah.
Dewey, so this is how we're going to set it up. And
And I get that they're killing him because they're trying to make the stakes really high, you know,
yeah,
that anybody could die. I thought it'd been more interesting if it was Gail Weathers was the, you know, Ghostface killer or something, because
yeah, like just
to
trying to make
me,
a
I
new
think
book
it'd
or
be
something.
exactly. She, you know, her career now, she's on this morning show and she doesn't have the fame that she used to. So she stages these killings
To be relevant again.
because of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I think that's an interesting take. But
Because
I don't
yeah,
know if it's
I felt
something.
like they were kind of useless. Like they were just there because we needed legacy characters in there. Because
Yeah, because
Sydney and
Weathers
Gail
gets
don't
shot right
outsmart.
away.
Yeah, like they don't outsmart these people at all. Like they just get stabbed
No.
and live.
Yeah,
Yeah, which
yeah. I mean,
also a lot of people get stabbed and live. Like, and others get stabbed a bunch of times and don't. Like that didn't make sense.
yeah. That's kind of a theme right now in these legacy movies. Because I mean, I enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife, but you know, when the original Ghostbusters show up, it's just like, okay, they just randomly show up to get screen time. I don't know what's going on here.
They traveled to New York from New York to, I guess, Kansas really fast. I don't.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I had fun with it. I don't know. I'm always a sucker because I like horror films. So
Yeah.
anything that's violent and entertaining, I'll get behind.
Also, when the lady cop goes home because she thinks the killer's at her house, and then
Mm-hmm.
Ghostface pops out from like behind a, I don't know, bush on the porch. It's like, so Ghostface was just sitting there in like broad daylight for, I don't know, half an hour waiting for someone to come home, like, and no one walked by walking their dog. Like, okay.
Yeah. Her son though was killed in a pretty brutal way, where he jammed the knife through the neck, and you could see it go through and out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty gnarly. But yeah, I had fun. It'll probably be one I watch again because I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Lately, I mean, I want to see Spider-Man again, but I'll just see movies now because it's kind of a nice getaway for me, just to go get away. And
Yeah.
with the Alamo season pass, it really helps that I'm only paying $1 to go see it
Yeah.
for the
If you,
convenience fee. But
if you got a Regal pass or an Alamo pass, like, yeah, but still, it's like those have been like the same movies for a month now.
yeah, I know. Well, I was looking ahead to Alamo, and they don't have a schedule for Friday yet. So maybe they'll have something that we can watch.
Yeah.
Then we'll go from there. Because I have no idea what we're going to watch next week. It might be just some random fucking streaming movie or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it
Landmark
out.
has new
We always
stuff,
do.
but it's hard for you to get there.
Yeah, what's that Landmark?
Just artsy stuff that you'll hate.
Well, if it, I I hate saying that I'm going to have the weekend off. I'm supposed to. I might be able to like sneak down there if they have like a later showing. And that's the thing too. Now movies stop showing like at 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, on a weekday. Yeah, it's like Friday and Saturday are the only like late nights. You can get like a 9:45 even.
Yeah, but I get it. It's all right.
Yeah, we'll watch, see what the Alamo drops, and then decide.
Yeah, we'll go step by step. This is the big movie news story of the week.
It's real news.
So, Brad, normally I would talk about how yet another movie is delayed, and this one being Mission Impossible 7. But I don't know if that movie exists anymore because it's like Morbius. It's a running joke now. I think it's 5 delays.
Well, maybe it's so
it's
awesome that like because they're doing back to back, so they're really making 2 movies. So it might just be super hard.
And is Top Gun going to come out? I don't know. It seems like Paramount are only releasing 1 movie a year.
Forgot about Top Gun.
I know. It's supposed to come out in May, I think. But we'll see. But I'm going to skip over that stuff. I'm tired of depressing stuff. I want to talk about how the Batman is going to be 3 hours long.
Yes.
I know. And have you been hearing or reading, I guess, the pushback from people?
Yeah, I don't get why people are complaining that they're getting 3 hours of movie for their $12. You know, it's like they want less movie for more money. Okay, weirdos.
I know. And this is my theory. And I mean, I could be wrong, but it's a serial killer, kind of detective film. I want Batman to detect. I want him to.
Like Batman might actually have to solve the crime
and work through it, because it almost seems that if it's just the Riddler, it's too easy. You know what I mean? That there is something else to it. I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean, maybe the first half is him dealing with the gangs with
the Penguin and
Falcone and the Penguin. Yeah. And then the second half bleeds into the Riddler and how it all ties together.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid spoilers, but now they're just dropping whole scenes from the movie on Twitter. So that sucks. But
are you watching them? I haven't watched any of them.
I skipped them, but like one of them was like the freeze frame before you play it was the Riddler holding a assault rifle. So I think he's actually like running around actually shooting people.
Interesting.
So, he's got some big game afoot, that's for sure.
I know. I was talking to one of my friends, and he told me the Riddler isn't an A-list. I think we've had this conversation. Isn't an A-list Batman villain. I'm pretty sure he is.
I think so. At this point, he wasn't always, but I think ever since 66 Batman, I always thought of him as an A-lister.
Yeah, me too. But I think it's awesome. I think everything I see. I mean, I've only seen the 2 trailers, I guess. The one that came out a year and a half ago, and the one they debuted at DC Fandom, because it's been playing before a lot of movies now. And I'm really avoiding this stuff because, I mean, I do see it popping up, the scenes. I did the same thing with Spider-Man. They dropped the opening 10 minutes of Spider-Man about a week before the movie came out. And I decided not to watch it either because, I mean, we really only have a little over a month before it drops. So I'm guessing tickets are going to go on sale soon.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where I want to see it first, really, because it's going to be an IMAX. So
yeah,
definitely do that at some point. But
yeah, I mean, well, because I'm going to have to buy them because my season pass at Alamo won't let me use it early.
Yeah, you have to wait 7 days before you can.
Yeah. So, I mean, I paid for the Spider-Man movie for Alamo. This one, I don't know. I don't know yet. I have to see when the movie starts and where it's playing at. And I mean, obviously I should probably see it in IMAX because it's, formatted for it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I think it looks awesome.
That one we should try to see as a Real Nerds group too.
Oh, so, no, I'm totally down.
Try to get some Littleton in. I'm sure it'll be one of those where Thursday they'll open up a late 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock or something.
Well, I mean, I saw Spider-Man at 3 p.m. So I'm sure they'll have something like that. Because I mean, the movie's going to be huge. So
just tough to wait. Tough to wait for
know.
that Alamo Pass to kick in.
I know. I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to buy it because I don't want to.
No.
It's like Spider-Man. I don't want to be the person who didn't see it first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That part will never leave me in a movie. Like I always want to see the movie first, especially something I really care about. And this movie, because it's supposed to come out a year and a half ago, I've been hyped for so long, and that it's actually going to happen. Fuck, you know? Because I read an interview with the president of Warner Brothers, and he says, "Oh no, it's coming out March 4th." So that makes me excited.
It'll be interesting too. You know, it's not often that like a movie like this gets dropped in early March. So I think what was like Avengers got to April, right? Like
yeah,
April.
But I think it's actually kind of ingenious, and I'll tell you why is because there's a huge gap before movies. It's like Spider-Man. So you put Batman out and they make tons of money in the opening weekend, obviously, but then it's going to have a lot of legs because nothing else really is coming out. So, because I think it goes Jackass, and then in 2 weeks is Uncharted. And then because Morbius isn't playing anymore, now there's nothing in between both of those movies. So then you have Uncharted, then 2 weeks, and it's Batman. So
yeah, we've been saying on this podcast for years that the whole putting movies, you know, in summer and winter, like that whole blockbuster scheme is kind of irrelevant anymore.
Yeah, you know, I really want the Batman to do well because Warner Brothers to know that they can't just skip the theatrical experience. I mean, I think they know that now after all, a lot of their movies did only okay by putting them on HBO Max at the same time. I think if something like the Suicide Squad or even the Matrix would have came out just in theaters, it would have made way more money. But, you know, speaking of which, this is a big Hollywood comeback for the box office. Oh, look who's back on top. Spider-Man swings back to the top with $14 million in its 6th week in release, dethroning Scream from last week. And it lost like over 1,000 theaters, so it's still doing really, really well. And it became the 6th highest grossing film of all time worldwide and the 4th highest domestically. Fucking look at Spider-Man go. I don't think it's going to catch Avatar. Avatar's at 760 million. And I think Spider-Man's at 725 right now. So, I mean.
And even if Spider-Man did beat it.
That's another 35 million.
Even if Spider-Man did beat it, Cameron would just re-release it again and take it away.
Oh, yeah,
so
totally. I mean, if I was Sony, I would say I'd put deleted scenes back into Spider-Man and say, hey, now with more deleted new scenes, see if it like to beat it, you know, like they did with Endgame to beat Avatar worldwide. So,
well, Avatar came back and beat Endgame again. So,
yeah,
I wish they'd re-release Endgame again. And yeah,
I haven't watched Avatar since the theaters. I have the special edition Blu-ray that my dad gave me. I have never even purchased it on Blu-ray, and I can't remember it ever being anything special.
I never even saw it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you haven't even seen it. So I don't know. But yeah, so it's cool. I mean, it's really good for me because I love seeing that Spider-Man did that. Because, you know, he's my favorite. So
I think Avatar had the benefit of it came out and ushered in the modern 3D era.
I think so too.
And I'm pretty sure 3D is definitely hit the decline. So unless Cameron has another like technological innovation to pull out of his bag, I don't know if people are going to show up for that.
I don't think so either. I mean, people have been talking about, was it 13 years now? So I don't know. I don't know if there's a demand for it. I will say that the rides at Disney World are really fun. It's more fun than the movie.
I heard that he's figured out how to do 3D without the glasses, so that might be something special. But
yeah,
I can't imagine how that would actually work. So,
well, I mean, they did it with the 3DS. You just had to like look directly at it. You couldn't move your head.
Well, there's a little screen that like goes over the screen. So unless
Yeah.
all these theaters are going to retrofit their screens with like a giant film layer over it, I don't know. Because that was my idea 10 years ago. Yeah, because of 3DS. But yeah, scaling that up to IMAX size be kind of tough.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know I'll see the movie because it'll probably be our film of the week on December 16th or whenever the fuck it comes out.
I guess they wheeled in all those 3D projectors, so it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility, but yeah.
True. So yeah.
Cool,
Here
man.
now. Yeah, cool. Here's what nerds have been up to individually this week. Have a listen.
It's Ryan! Hello, everybody. It's Ryan here, and I'm going to give you my 3 beginning favorite Blu-rays of 2021. Every year I do a list, or I guess a review, of my favorite Blu-rays of the year. And because I'm lazy and don't know any other way to do it, I take the last part of the year, so this year's 2021, and I choose my 21 favorite Blu-rays of the year. So we'll be starting off with number 21, of course, and that's going to be the complete first and second seasons of Harley Quinn, which is a really fun cartoon show that is on HBO Max, and it does a really great job of exploring Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy's relationship, and does so in a really funny way. The show is really over the top. It's really violent. It has lots of curse words in it, and it's a hell of a lot of fun. I totally recommend not only the show, but this Blu-ray because it looks incredible on Blu-ray. Number 20 is a pre-code classic starring one of my favorite actors. Well, my favorite actor from the Hollywood Golden Age, and that would be Cary Grant. And the film is called Hot Saturday. It's from the fine folks at Kino Lorber, who do a great job of releasing classic films onto Blu-ray. And this film is one of those ones that kind of gets lost of Cary Grant's filmography because it's an early part of his career. But it's a really interesting film that deals with the rumors in a small town and how it can affect somebody. Not only Cary Grant's character, but also the lead character in this, Nancy Carroll. It comes with a commentary by film historian Lee Gambin. That's fun, and he keeps the momentum going throughout. One of my biggest pet peeves on some of these older films is the commentary tracks are read from an essay or prepared notes, and Gambin does a pretty good job of not doing that. He might be doing it, but he's really fun, and it doesn't come across as it's too prepared. And number 19, which I just posted today, is a Nicolas Cage revenge thriller, Pig, which is a really fascinating film. I don't really like talking about it because I don't want to spoil it for everybody. But that's number 19 on my favorite Blu-rays of the year. One of the reasons, besides the film being great, is it has a really cool bonus feature on it, what's called Nicolas Cage Cooks, where it's broken up in 2 parts where Nicolas Cage is preparing certain dishes that he will in the film. And in it, it removes all pretentiousness, and it's just him getting dirty with some chefs on how to make these properly. And the chefs don't cut him any slack in here, and Nicolas Cage doesn't want any. He wants it done right, and he wants the dishes to come out well. So those are my 3 ones I've posted so far. Stay tuned, as I will be posting them throughout the next month or so as I review them and put them up. So some films I recommend on Blu-ray to pick up right away is going to be Harley Quinn seasons 1 and 2, Hot Saturday, and Pig. I'm going to turn it over to the other nerds. Thanks for listening.
And now it's time for Brad's Exhibition Etiquette, your weekly guide of tips and tricks to help you not ruin Brad's fun at the movies. All right, this week we'll be talking about ice holes. These are the people that when a movie comes to a very quiet, important part, and they decide to start drinking from their mostly empty water cup, and there's only a few pieces of ice left, and they slide it back, and it rattles against the plastic cup, and it completely takes everyone out of the movie. and all they have to do is just add water to the cup, and it'll lighten the noise. But no, stop being an ice hole. Hey, film buddies, follow me around Denver. For this week's show, I'm just going to remind people that the Midnights at the Esquire are back. Last week they came back with The Room and Rocky Horror Picture Show, and this week they will be screening The Thing both nights. So check that out. And the following week, they'll have Punch Drunk Love, which I guess is the 20th anniversary of that movie. So, yeah, that's what's going on around town.
Hey nerds, Corinne here for another installment of Showtime, where I talk about something cool I've been watching lately and recommend it to all of you. So this week I'm going to be talking about my younger sister's favorite anime, which I had never seen before, Assassination Classroom. This was a delightful surprise. I had heard of it, I'd seen maybe some images or GIFs or something of it before, and I thought, this looks really weird, I don't know. But on the whole, it is just so much fun, so endearing. It kind of felt like the same vibe that Ted Lasso has as a series, where it's just super wholesome and really compelling, and you just get sucked into the narrative and you love all the characters. So I highly recommend it to everybody. It's on Hulu. It's 2 seasons long, and each season is about 25 episodes. The basic premise is that these junior high school students have to assassinate their teacher before graduation, and there's some brouhaha involved, and it's just it's so heartwarming. You would think something called Assassination Classroom would be really brutal and really messed up, and there are some segments where it gets kind of darker, but on the whole, it's pretty bright and happy, and so when it does have those darker moments, it kind of earns it. If it has any weaknesses, I would say I feel like the cast is maybe a little bloated, because there are, I think, 26, 28 students in the classroom, and you get to know some of them pretty well, but then there are some that I'm I don't remember their name, I don't even remember anything about them, so I shouldn't have to watch the series 5 times to figure it out, but I would have trimmed it down to maybe 20, 15 kids. That would have worked for me. But the villains are great. The heroes are fun. The plot is just hilarious. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Assassination Classroom. I watched it on Hulu. Might be on some other streaming services. But anyway, I know the nerds are not big into anime, but I honestly think Ryan, Brad, and Zach would all love it. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe Henry's into anime too, and he's seen it. I'm not sure. But all you nerds listening, give it a chance. I think you'll enjoy it. So that's my highest recommendation. Definitely made me laugh, made me cry. Assassination Classroom. Check it out. Alright, next time I'm going to be doing a Catching the Classics about a Tom Cruise movie I've never seen before. So stay tuned, and I'll talk to you all next week.
As always, Brad, thanks for joining me on our podcasting journey.
No problem. Always a pleasure.
And I don't know what we're going to watch this week, but we'll figure it out. We always do.
Totally. And
it's
yeah,
how we roll.
Don't forget to check us out at Fan Expo. I almost said the old one.
I know. It's always hard. It's going to be awesome. Kevin Smith and the rest of the Clerks crew will be there. Lord of the Rings is having a reunion. That's kind of a big deal, actually. So
that's your assignment this year, is to get all the Clerks on our podcast.
But I'm not even supposed to be here today. Okay. I should hit up Henry, because I know he has IMDb Pro, and they have all their contact information, their managers. So
nice. Also tell them we know Ming Chen. So
that's right. We got to complete the trilogy. Or if Ming Chen shows up again, maybe he can put in a good word for us.
Totally. That'd be awesome.
But we'll be there. We'll have a booth in the actual floor this time, not where we were last time. Even the last time I thought we did pretty well for letting us know the week before. So yeah,
you pulled together.
Yeah, we always do. We're the best when we think on our feet. Until next time, see you at the movies.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot. A real nerd can follow the plot. And a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!